Hey y'all, welcome to Llama Mama, a podcast about loom knitting. Thank you for joining me today. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I didn't really do anything special over the weekend. Friday, a homeschool mom had contacted me earlier in the week and wanted to know if she could bring us dinner Friday night, and I said sure, that would be great because we had doctor's appointments that day. 3 doctor's appointments, and so she brought dinner that evening, and which was a chicken and rice casserole dish and steamed broccoli, and it was all very delish. It was good, and we even had leftovers for lunch the next day, so it was really nice. I appreciate that so much. But what I wanted to really tell about that was her children made me a get well card. I just thought that was so sweet. I love handmade items, and especially handmade by children. And so they wrote inside, "Dear Miss Kayla, we all hope you get well soon, the Robins." And each of her children signed it. And some of them even drew some little things on there. And they wrote all their little pets' names down here at the bottom. And I just love that. Like, that just tickled me so much. But I thought that was very sweet. And the children, I don't know if I said that, she has 7 children. And so they all wrote their names and did a little drawing or something on it. But that tickled me. So, and then Saturday and Sunday, I didn't really do anything special. Just work on a few projects. Worked on tidying up the parlor a little bit, trying to get things under control. Because they are slightly out of control. And it's still slightly out of control. Like, it's just, it's a lot of yarn. But at least I'm using it. I'm working on it. So, but anyway, today I was going to show some of my WIPS works in progress. And I am still I'm actively working on. Like, it's on my desk and I'm trying to get them done. So I am working on the owl section, which would be square 2 of the, it's a graph-along. I'm kind of calling it a loom-along. But it's from Terry at Yarn Joy Podcast. She had made this crochet pattern. It's a corner-to-corner pattern. And since I don't crochet, I had contacted Terry and asked her, did she mind if I created her pattern on the loom? And she said sure, she would love to see that worked up on the loom. And so I had did the first square pretty quickly. I mean, I think I did it in one night. I was just real excited to work on it. I dropped everything else and did this pumpkin. It's a bright orange pumpkin with a teal background. Excuse me. So I got that worked up, and then I started on the owl. And it's just like one thing after another kept, happened and kind of kept me from working on it. But I'm back actively working on it. I had moved it from my desk, and it got put in a basket and moved somewhere else. And I can't really pick it up to show you what it actually is looking like right now because it's a long, it's a long stick loom that I'm working it on. And then it has all my different colored yarns attached to it. So, but anyway, it's the square, the owl. So, if I was to get busy on it, I could complete it. I just gotta stop letting things distract me. Do you have distractions? Okay, the other thing that I'm actively working on here is this cocoon that I'm making for my little dog Sophia. She had a fuzzy cocoon type bedding that she had before our home flooded, and we lost that in the flood. And so anytime I'm making something, she kind of tries to get in it because I think she thinks it's going to be like for a cocoon for her. So anyway, this is the way it goes. So I got this Barnett Blanket, and I think the colorway is called Jump Rope. variegated. I'm not sure. It's purple, orange, white, and pink. And so I'm making that for Miss Sophia on my 41 peg loom, and I'm just doing E-wraps all the way around, and it'll curl up some on the end, and that's what I want it to do. So I've gotten that far, and I really hadn't worked on it that much. So if I could take it to a couple more doctor's appointments, like I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I'll probably take this with me to work on, because I don't have to look at a pattern or anything, you know, just continually E-wrap. So it's kind of mindless, and I can work on it there. So I'm making that one for Sophia, and when I finish that, I'm going to use this one, the Barnett Blanket in Oceanside, and it's blue, green, and white. And I'm going to make this one for Elijah's little dog, Django. He is a Chiweenie. He is very long and skinny, and he's always cold, and he just shakes and shakes and shakes. I mean, he's just like vibrating. And so when Elijah's at work, Django wants in my chair with me, but he wants to get behind my back, so therefore it means I have to sit up, and I can't lean back. And so, you know, it gets very uncomfortable. So I thought, well, I'll make Django one of these, and maybe he would get in it if it was on the bench here close to me, because right over here under the window is a bench where my children usually, or my children and husband usually sit to talk to me while I'm knitting. So maybe I could set this over there for Django to snuggle in. And I had gotten this one on clearance at $2 at a Walmart one time. This one I got at Michael's last week. Actually, they had all yarn on sale, and I didn't know the prices of them before I went, but as I went, it would have like regular price. Excuse me. It was like a list of the regular prices and what it would be then. So, goodness. I think this was regular $9.99, and so it was on sale for $7 last week. That sale's off now. So those are two things that, you know, I want to get made soon before it gets too very much cold here. We've had a little cool, and inside our house it's cooler than it is outside because we have huge oak trees around the house, and it kind of traps the coolness in and kind of prevents the sun from shining on the house. So it might be cool in here and we think it's freezing cold, and we go outside and it's, you know, very pleasant. So the other thing I have going on is I'm making this. I'm not sure, it's for me. I'm not sure if it's going to be a scarf or a cowl. I think it's kind of wide for a scarf. I mean, it's pretty wide there. It's probably too wide for a scarf, so I might just turn it into a very bulky cowl. But it's not quite ready to. It's not quite ready there yet. And I'm doing this on a 31 large gauge peg, 31 peg large gauge loom. Sorry about that. And so I'm using a 4-step repeat pattern on this, and I love this pattern. I use it on a lot of my hats. The first row is E-wrap. The second row is purl 1, E-wrap 1. Row 3 and row 4 are E-wraps, and then you just repeat. I love the texture that gives. Let me see if I can show you the texture. Yeah, you can see that. I love that texture that it gives. So, anyway, if I was going to do this again and do it as a scarf, I probably wouldn't use all 31 pegs. You know, I'm not connecting right here, but probably wouldn't use all 31 pegs because it's done got too wide for a scarf. But I think it would make a nice bulky cowl. I think I'm going to make myself a hat out of these same colors. I'm using Red Heart Super Saver colors, a white and a aqua or turquoise, a gray, and a black. And I am using 2 strands. You can see it's 2 strands. And when I use 2 strands, I'll just show you this. I use the strand out of the middle and the strand wrapped around the outside. And I just bring those down like this, and I use 2 strands. So I'll probably finish this up here in just a little while, like maybe tonight or tomorrow. By tomorrow night probably I can finish that up. So, and another thing I'm working on, I saw a picture online, and let me see if I can see that. Sorry, I didn't think about pulling that picture up beforehand, but I saw a picture online. It's crochet, but I thought, I'm gonna make that. So, I'm making it, and I can even do a tutorial on this if y'all would like. Oh, here it is. It is, I think it's really pretty. Stocking. Can you see that? So, I am making that on a 36 loom peg loom. Sorry, getting tongue-tied there. And I'm using the True Knit, that's the opposite of pearl, for the brim. And for this, the yarn I'm using is the Barnett Softy Chunky. It's a number 6 yarn, and it does say that it is, the name of it is linen, maybe. Anyway, I am using that, and it's worked out pretty good. I think I'm on 16 rows of the very top cuff so far. And like I said, I could turn this into a tutorial if y'all would like to see that. Just let me know in the comments. Just thinking. So that's the active projects that I have on my desk today that I'm working on. I have some Christmas projects over here in baskets to my right, and I'm working on some of those. I'm not really like a super hurry to get those done, just, you know, I can get them done by the end of November. And it's good. I am working on making a tutorial for this little guy right here. And I think I can probably get this going in the next couple of days. So watch out for that. Check back. You know, if you haven't subscribed, this would be a good idea so that you don't miss the tutorials, is to subscribe and hit the little bell button so you get notifications. And that way you won't miss loom knitting tutorials. So that's coming up probably in just a few days. I want to go ahead and get all my feathers made except for one, and that way when I'm doing the tutorial I can make that feather and then have all the feathers and show how I put them together and made the turkey feathers and stuff. So I've got 3 of the feathers made right now. So just very quickly I can get the rest made, and then I can make the tutorial on that. So just keep watching for that. But anyway, I think that's all that I've got just going on right here on my desk today. On I want to thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will be back soon. Bye-bye.